Hello friends. So in this video we are going to discuss the microsporangia and we are going to discuss the structure of pollen grains. Okay. So let's start. See, this is a diagram showing microsporangia. You all know anther is bilobed and each lobe containing two locules, that is tetralocular structure. Okay, and this locule is known as microsporangia. So here we are taking that one sporangium and we are going to discuss that. Okay, so microsporangium has the layer that is tapetum. Okay, and inside that tapetum there is sporogenous tissue. Okay, now this sporogenous tissue is diploid, that is 2n. Okay, now what happens, this sporogenous tissue containing the microspore mother cell that are diploid, as name tells us that it is mother cell, that's why it's diploid. Okay, so we call it microspore mother cell. What happens, the cell of this tissue, that is sporogenous tissue, they undergo mitosis and they produce the layers of cells. Okay, and these cells that are those are diploid, and also known, these are known as microspore mother cell. Got it? What is this? This is that we are telling that here we have a microsporangium, and this microsporangium, the inside the tapetum we have sporogenous tissue, and this sporogenous tissue is diploid, and that tissue is undergoing mitosis. Okay, and that undergoing mitosis, and we can call it microspore mother cell, those tissue. Okay, so we are taking one microspore mother cell. This is diploid. I've already told you mother cell. Name tells us that it's going to be diploid. Now, this microspore mother cell, this is undergoing a process named meiosis. And meiosis is what? It's reductional cell division. Okay. So here what will happen? It will produce what? Microspores. And these microspores, obvious, it's so obvious that it is undergoing meiosis. Therefore, it will be haploid. Okay, so microspore mother cells undergoing meiosis producing microspores. Now it's producing four microspores. Okay, in this picture you can see three, and the fourth one is at the back side. Okay, that's why we can't see it. Now you can see the arrangement is like a pyramid, three upside one down. You can join the dots and you can get it as a pyramid. So it's this shape, pyramidal shape, we can also call it tetrahedral tetrad. Okay, so what we see is we have microspore mother cell that is diploid, undergo meiosis and produce four microspores. Okay, or the pollen grains, we can also call microspores pollen grains, same thing. Now we are going to discuss this microsporangium. Here we have sporogenous tissue that is diploid, and each cell is microspore mother cell that is also diploid. These are going to produce what? Tetrahedral structures. Okay, each tetrahedral structures. You can see these are the tetrahedral structures, and each tetrahedral structure is containing what? Tetrahedral tetra is containing what? Microspores. Okay, so four microspores each is containing. And by what process? By microsporogenesis. So what is microsporogenesis? It's the formation of microspore from the microspore mother cell. It is nothing but sporogenesis. Okay, now these microspores, I already told you, we can also call them pollen grains. These are nothing but the pollen grains. Okay, now we'll see the structure of pollen grains. It's very easy. Okay, see, this is a microspore. It's a unicellular structure, single celled structure, and uninucleate also. Means only one nucleus is there, and it is generally spherical or oval in shape. Now, this microspore is double layered. Okay, means it contains two layers. Its wall contains two layers, and we'll discuss each layer. See, both of these two layers are called as sporoderm. So, sporoderm is what? It's the double layered wall of the microspore. Okay, now it has two components. Sporoderm has two components. We'll see that. That is exine. First component, exine. Okay, so exine is nothing but the outer wall of the microspore. Okay, it's thick and highly registered. So what is exine? Exine is the outermost wall of the microspore, and it is thick and highly resistant. Now, why it's resistant? What is it? What is that which is making this pollen grain or this exine is very much resistant? That is nothing but sporopollenin. We already discussed that. Who produced it? It's the tapetum. Okay, so tapetum form sporopollenin, and the sporopollenin makes the exine resistant. Okay, so this provides resistant to the pollen grains from what? Decomposition. Okay, so chemical and biological decomposition, it protects the pollen grain. Now see, these all are the microspores, and these spines, you can see these spines, these are nothing but the exine. So we can call that here the exine is spiny. And where we found it in insect pollinated plants. Okay, so exine is spiny in insect pollinated plants. So if we are seeing this spiny, so we can also say that it can be flattened too or smooth too. So here in this diagram, as you can see, here the exine is smooth, and where we found it, it is found in wind pollinated plants. Okay, so exine can be smooth, can be spiny in insect pollinated plants and smooth in wind pollinated plants. Now, structure of pollen grains, we already discussed. It is this wall is known as sporoderm. It is made up of two components, that is axin. Okay, and this axin is resistant due to the presence of sporopollenin. But the this microspore, it has lack of axin at some places. Okay, so these rounded structure in yellow line, these are the points where axin is not present. So if axin is not present, they are not resistant at all. So these openings are known as germ pore. This can be one or two, this can be single or multiple. Okay, so if single pore is present, single germ pore is present in a microspore, we call it uniporate. And this uniporate present in monocots. Okay, and if there are three germ pores, we call it triporate, and these are present in dicots. Okay, now the second layer is, we talked about exine. Exine is the outer layer of the sporoderm, and now the inner is intine, and this intine is formed of cellulose and pectin. Okay, and it is covering what? Protoplasm. So underlying intine is outside the protoplasm. Okay, now and inside the protoplasm it says nucleus, and that is single nucleus. So this is not nothing but the pollen grains. What is pollen grain? You know, microspores are pollen grains and containing two wall layers. Outer is exine, inside is intine. Exine is registrant, and some part of the pollen grains, they are lacking the exine, called as germ pore. That can be single, that can be three, uniporate or triporate. Uniporate in monocots and triporate in dicots. Okay, so in this video we discuss about microspore and germ, and we also see the structure of pollen grains. So